You're scrolling through social media and suddenly an amazing landscape artwork appears on your screen. For a moment, you stop scrolling and think, how was this even created? Most people assume it's complicated or that only highly skilled artists can do this. But the truth is, professional landscape art is not about magic. It's about following the right process. In this video, I'll break down exactly how professional artists create beautiful landscape artwork step by step, so you can understand the logic behind every stage. No unnecessary talking. Let's get straight into it. The first and most important step is sketching. Even in landscape art, where details matter later, a strong sketch is what holds the entire artwork together. Sketching helps you understand composition, perspective, placement of objects, overall balance of the scene. I kept this sketch very rough and completed it in under 10 minutes. The goal here wasn't perfection, it was clarity. I focused on placing the main elements, defining large shapes, and understanding how the viewers I would move through the scene. A good sketch acts like a roadmap. Once this is done properly, everything else becomes much easier. After the sketch, we move on to shape blocking, which is one of the most important professional techniques. At this stage, we ignore details completely and focus only on big, simple shapes. I filled each element with its main base color to understand the environment, lighting, and mood. Instead of thinking in terms of objects, I think in terms of shapes and values. In this scene, the composition is broken into 5 major elements: sky, clouds, hills, water, beach, and grassy ground. Each of these elements is treated as a combination of a midtone, a shadow, a highlight. This approach instantly gives the artwork depth and structure, even before any details are added. Once the main shapes are blocked in, I start refining the environment. This means adjusting values, softening edges, and making sure the elements feel like they belong in the same space. I constantly compare my work with the reference and simplify what I see into large visual groups. Instead of copying details, I focus on understanding light direction, atmosphere, and distance. This stage helps avoid overworking the artwork later and keeps everything visually clean. Detailing is usually the last step in my process, but for this artwork, I decided to do it one step earlier. At this point, the basic environment is already well established. The composition, lighting, and color harmony are all in place. So there isn't much technical explanation needed here. This stage is more about observation and feeling. I focused on adding subtle details in the atmosphere, small value shifts, soft edges, and gentle texture changes, to make the scene feel more alive and believable. This is the part where you can simply relax and enjoy the process, watching the artwork slowly come together. Landscape can look beautiful, but without a story, it often feels empty. And without a story, even the best artwork can feel soulless. That's why storytelling is such an important step in my process. Most professional artists add something to suggest a story, often a small character placed in the environment, like a person in the distance. This single element instantly gives the artwork a sense of scale, a sense of life, a sense of emotion. Adding a character transforms the landscape from just a scene into a moment. It gives the artwork a character painting feel, rather than a lifeless background. I always try to include a character or a storytelling element that convinces the viewer that something is happening beyond the frame. It makes the scene more interesting, more dramatic, and more engaging. When viewers see a character, they naturally start asking questions. Who is this person? Where are they going? What's happening in this environment? And that curiosity is what makes an artwork memorable. That's why you'll notice most professional artists almost always include a storytelling element in their landscapes. After the story element is placed, I go back into detailing. Now the details serve a purpose. They support the mood, the story, and the focal point. I refine edges, adjust contrast, and enhance areas that guide the viewer's eye toward the character. At the same time, I keep less important areas softer to avoid visual noise. This balance is what gives the artwork a professional finish. So let's quickly recap the full process. Sketch, to understand composition and placement. Basic shapes and colors, to establish the environment. Shadows and highlights, to build depth and form. Story element or character, to give meaning and life. Detailing and polish, to enhance atmosphere and focus. Following this order keeps the workflow clear and prevents overworking the artwork too early. And that's the complete process behind this landscape artwork. Not a single step is rushed, and nothing happens randomly. But here's something important. Knowing the process is one thing. Staying consistent with it is what actually makes you improve. Most people start motivated, create a few artworks, and then slowly disappear. Not because they lack talent, but because they don't know how to stay consistent when results don't come immediately. Every artist you admire reached this level by showing up again and again, even on days when they didn't feel inspired. If you're serious about improving your art and actually applying what you learned today, you need consistency more than anything else. That's why I made a separate video explaining how to stay consistent as an artist, what mindset you need, and how to keep creating even when motivation is low. Trust me, this is the part most people skip, and it's the reason most people never improve. So before you move on, go watch that video. It might be the one thing that keeps you creating when others quit. Now, keep practicing, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next one.